Hey guys, Mark Russell here from CuriousCommunicator.com. Welcome to the channel. This channel is dedicated to helping you find tips and shortcuts to get you to the next level of success in your communication skills. So today we're here to discuss, are communication skills holding you back from getting you to the next level of success in your life? Okay, so how big a part of our lives is communication? So what I want to do is I just want to share a few stats with you that I've recently read about, which really do open your eyes to how big a deal this is. So the first one is about speaking. How many words per day do we talk? So the average person speaks between 10,000 and 20,000 words a day. Now that is a lot of words per day. It's a lot of communication to be doing from one person interacting with other people every single day. Another stat that I came across was about emailing. So the business world, business emails, there's 138 billion emails estimated to be sent every day in 2017. So that's every single day businesses sending 138 billion emails. Now if you forget all the other non-verbal communication and other bits, let's just go with spoken word and written email. Even that on its own is a huge amount of information. That's a huge amount of communication. Okay, I want to share another statistic that I recently came across, which is very interesting. So 1,000 people were asked if they were good drivers, and of that 1,000 drivers, 69% rated themselves as excellent. So I've heard these sort of stats before. I'm sure you've came across these sort of studies before. Everyone thinks they're a good driver, and this study backs up. However, the difference is they then drilled in and asked some questions in the survey too. So of the 69% of people that rated themselves as excellent drivers, the same 69% of people also said they admitted to driving over the speed limit. They also confessed to using their phone whilst driving. Some of them had convictions of previous driving offences, and others had anxiety. They struggled with anxiety through driving in poor weather and on fast roads, motorways, and that sort of thing. So if you take those four attributes, they don't really go hand in hand with excellent drivers. And excellent by its term means in the top percentile, so maybe 10% of people can be excellent, which means 59% of people must be wrong. So there's no surprise there, not everyone's a good driver, but it's interesting because it sort of relates, I believe it relates to the communication world as well. So how does this driving survey relate to communication? Well, if you go on LinkedIn and you have a quick look at people's strengths, you'll see everyone is good at communication. Anyone who's got supervisor, manager, head of a department, some position of authority, nearly everyone lists communication as a skill that they're good at. Yet when you ask them to back this up, how many days training have you had, or how many hours training have you had in communication? Most people will say zero. They've had no training, and this creates a problem because the bar's set very low. There's not many good communicators out there, and it's the problem that people don't know they have. So no one's even trying to get better. And there's a massive cost. If we go back to the stats that I listed earlier, so 10,000, 20,000 words per day, and 138 billion emails in business sent per day, that's a lot of communication. And if you're not very skilled at communicating, and there's gaps in your communication skills that you could become more productive, it does directly translate to costs, and it costs organisations in money. So there's a cost in billions in terms of lost productivity, and it also costs us as individuals as well, because we waste our time. And when we waste our time, we're less productive, which means we're less valuable to our businesses. So a more productive communicator is far more valuable to a business than a less productive communicator, because they can get more done. When people communicate well, the world's just a better place. Jack Welch, in his book Straight from the Gut, he talks a lot about the importance of honesty to move things forward. Now what I've observed is honesty is paramount. You absolutely do need honesty, but you have to balance that with fairness and respect. When you get honesty balanced with fairness and respect, you'll make a difference and you'll move things forward. If you haven't read Jack Welch's book, I well recommend it. I'll drop a link in the description below. Okay, so let's have a quick recap on what we've discussed today. We've talked about how big a part of our lives communication really is. We've also talked about it's the hidden problem organisations and people don't know they have. And we've talked about how the world would be a much better place. There'd be a lot more fairness, honesty and respect in the world if people were better at communicating. We've also talked about the cost to organisations being in the billions in lost money, and the cost to the individual being the loss of time. You're not as productive, and because you're not as productive, you don't become as valuable to your organisation as you want to be, and it potentially holds you back from getting to that next level of success in your life. If you want to learn how to level up your communication skills, check out some other videos on the channel. If you liked the video today, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for today, guys. See you on the next video.